Today, what we are covering is the permanent residency card process. So I just walked in. I'm going to show you the full process, how this is done.
It was slow.
Slow, yeah.
Then they put me in a empty desk.
Okay.
And I was waiting. And then I asked like, who is in here? There's nobody.
Nice.
So I need to ask for a...
Takes approximately 35 minutes, but there's a lot of stuff that goes in this. There's the whole process from start to finish, and that's the permanent residency card there. Thank you. Really appreciate it. So that's how quick it was. Approximately 45 minutes, or rather 30 minutes inside. So yeah, you might wait outside, but it's usually 30 minutes to 35 minutes inside. Super quick, and our attorney makes it all happen. And I see that the permanent residency does not have a date on it. So it does not expire. So in fact, it's better than a passport, because a passport expires every 10 years, but this PR never expires. So you have no physical presence. This thing never expires. So you have a lifelong entry into Mexico. Now, before I deep dive in the different steps, get into the technicalities, how do you get here? First step is you land at the airport. Ideally, we always prefer the Mexico City airport. You can go to other places. I'm going to cover this as part of my attorney interview. But first things first, you land at the airport, get out of there. Second step, you pick a hotel that's closest to the I&M. Typically, you want to stay in that 10 to 15 minute walking range. So yes, you catch your cab, you catch your transportation, you'll get there in a minute. But if you want to walk down, you just want to get the adrenaline pumping on the morning of the interview. So let's say you land on a Sunday evening or a Sunday afternoon, you go to your hotel. It takes around 20-25 minutes from the airport to reach your hotel. So next day morning, you hop out of your hotel. And I personally like to walk. If it is a 10-minute walk, it's always good. It gets you going for the morning. Grab your coffee, go for that 10-minute walk, reach the immigration office, settle yourself, and then of course you're meeting our team, you're meeting our attorney, who then directs you inside the office.
Like all the employees.
Okay.
Because of the holidays and everything, they start to ask for vacation.
Oh, really? Today's topic is the permanent residency, the direct permanent residency. The last time we covered was a temporary residency, and this time it's the permanent residency. So the thing is to speed up the process. The whole objective is so that the client can come in and go out as soon as possible. And one of the big things that Sue does is check all the documentation from home country, so you know that your certification or your paperwork is in order. And second thing is the I&M date, right?
Yeah. We need to book an appointment.
An appointment with I&M?
Yeah. So we will need to know in advance which are your preferred dates, which documents do we have, and if we can work with them, or we need to fix something or get something else, and then to be able to get the process done and correctly the same day.
Does it help to get the process complete from Mexico City as compared to any other location?
Yeah, we can work in Playa del Carmen, Mérida, and San Miguel.
So do all the other offices work at the same speed?
No.
Or this is the fastest?
Yeah, this is the fastest and the biggest one.
Oh, I see.
Like they have like, I don't know, like 50 people working, getting documents every day. So usually in the other offices are like 5 or maximum 10.
I see.
So yeah, here is very efficient.
Right.
It's like every office is very strict, but here they are strict but efficient and
fast. Right.
Yeah.
And there are like around 50 to 100 people actually working inside. It's a full packed to capacity office, and they process a lot of volumes, a lot of applications. So yes, Sue can help you process your residency card in other parts of Mexico, but if you're looking for the speed, the pure speed and efficiency, then this is the right office to process your application from. Sue, a lot of people ask me this question, do I absolutely need a visa? Now, I know some people need a visa and then they convert to the residency. But are there categories of people that don't need the visa to come and directly get the residency from inside? So if you have a child, if you have a parent who is already a Mexican,
Yeah.
then you can directly qualify for permanent residency.
Sí.
And if, let's say, it's a spousal application, and if the husband already has a residency, whether it's a temporary or a permanent, the spouse can get the same type of residency, and they don't need the visa necessarily.
Yeah. That is through family.
Mhm.
So yeah, spouses or child
Mhm.
can get the same residency than the
I
parent
see.
or the mother.
Got it. And if someone wanted to do the direct permanent residency through economic solvency, what is the financial criteria for that?
You will need to prepare like 6 months, between 6 months or 12 months bank statements,
I see.
or like a work contract. And remember, like if you are going to do it in other country
Mhm.
that is not the one that you have your bank account or everything, usually they will ask for the bank statements certified by the bank
I see.
or
I see.
apostille or whatever. So it's better if you can do it in the place where
I see, the home
bank is.
country.
Yeah, the
I
home
see.
country.
And is it usually around $7,000 to $8,000 of monthly income in US dollars that they ask for?
Yeah.
And each embassy has slightly different.
Yeah. Some of them are more strict with the
Mhm.
questions, or why do you need a economic solvency visa? Yeah, we have some consulates that we prefer
I see.
than the others.
I see. And there is no physical presence needed for permanent residency. So let's say a client wants to get the PR. Once they get the PR, there's no physical presence needed in the country to maintain the PR.
No.
Oh.
But yeah, it's better if you can come like sometimes.
Once in every
Yeah,
year
yeah,
or
in
2
a
years?
while, like.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. So once you get the PR, and I see that the permanent residency does not have a date on it, so
Yeah.
it does not expire. So,
No.
So in fact, it's better than a passport, because a passport expires every 10 years, but this PR never expires. So you have no physical presence. This thing never expires. So you have a lifelong entry into Mexico.
Yeah, unless you want to change any information
Mhm.
on the card, yeah, you will need to get a new one.
I see. Now, this is very important. Sue, a lot of our clients get a second passport, either through investment or through naturalization somewhere else. So let's say someone gets this on an American or an Australian passport, and later on they get a CBI. Let's say they purchase a Vanuatu or a Nauru or a Sao Tome citizenship. Can they update the card
Sure.
to reflect the new
The
nationality?
new nationality. And it's, or you change your name, like you got married and you need to change your last name.
So I do a citizenship by investment. I purchase a Nauru passport, and once I have the new passport, they can
You can.
easily change it for me in a day.
See.
So in a day, you actually get a new citizenship. You don't want to use your US or Australian passport. You can switch to the new nationality, and they do it for you. And is the process simple, or do they ask questions?
Yeah, you will need to bring the new passport, and we will need to check that. It is important that you check that all your information match correctly with with the documents that you submitted in Mexico.
I see.
Because Mexico is very strict with the rules that your complete name has to be used like every time.
Right.
You will need to sign as you sign in your passport. The names will need to be exact the same.
I see. Now, Sue, there's another big important question where, let's say, a lot of our clients have a full family, and they will do it for the husband, wife, and the children. And let's say the children get the chance to come to Mexico, stay here, complete the 18 months, and naturalize as a Mexican citizen. Then does the wait for the parent automatically reduce because the child has naturalized as a Mexican?
Yeah, like you mean for naturalization?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So
And naturalization through birth versus citizenship by birth versus citizenship through naturalization, are they treated the same way?
no, naturalization is handled by Foreign Affairs.
Oh, I see.
They require some documents from INM, but the official process and everything is handled by Foreign Affairs.
I see, I
So
see.
it's different. So and they have different criteria. They are also very strict with the documents. So.
I see. Okay. And now from the residency, I just wanted to shift to my second topic, which is the citizenship.
Okay.
So how certain is the citizenship? Once you apply and you satisfy the requirements, is it fairly straightforward or it's a complex process?
No, like you will need to have all the information and documents complete. Then once we have everything correct, we will get an appointment online. It's kind of the same system, not the same website, but yeah, the same system.
I see.
Once a month they open the calendar, and we will need to be like checking.
For the appointment, and you handle the citizenship
Yeah.
application as well.
Yeah,
Wonderful. So Sue and the team does the entire process, not just for residency but also for your citizenship. And citizenship is certain. They definitely naturalize people as long as you follow the rules. And how long does it take to get the citizenship if you, let's say, someone applies today?
6 months. Like you have to be present the day of the exam, because you will need to take a test,
I see.
like history, culture, even Spanish one.
Right.
Like if you are above 60, you won't have to take the test for history and everything.
Oh, I see. But the Spanish test is still
Yeah.
applicable for
Yeah,
60.
yeah.
Now, the Spanish test is what most people watching, are afraid about.
Yeah.
Is this a verbal interview with the officer, or is this more like a written test that you go to some center and then give?
Yeah, it's like the exam is it takes place in the Foreign Affairs office,
Oh,
and they will put you before a
Computer?
and you will they won't ask you anything. You will have to get the
multiple
questions.
choice?
Yeah.
For the language?
For the language, they start to ask some basic questions, and they will know, like,
I see.
if you.
So as long as you can hold a normal conversation, you're showing that you're making efforts to talk, and as long as you have
you
basic
understand.
basic understanding is okay,
Yeah,
or do they
yeah.
expect someone very advanced?
No,
No.
not really advanced.
So basic,
Yeah,
at
some
least you can
basic
talk
questions.
basic things that they are okay. So
Yeah.
that is super important, because your Spanish speaking ability is basic phrases. You're not tested on your, it's not a software that's testing you. It's really
Yeah.
conversation with a person.
Yeah.
So that makes it very natural, and if you're smiling and if you're good to the officer, then there's good chance that you might strike a good conversation and clear that.
Yeah.
And so that's the language, and then you have the multiple choice, and that multiple choice is for the history and civics.
Yeah, so they have like a list of questions. Like I think they are like 600 questions, something like that. But the day of the exam, I think they are like 10 or something like that. So
I see. Oh, I see. So you learn from a booklet, and then on the day of the exam, only 10 questions, like a US naturalization exam.
yeah, kind of.
Oh, I see. So it's simple. It's
Yeah.
not difficult.
Yeah, people say it's simple. Like if you practice,
I see.
yeah,
I
it
see.
won't be.
Now, for the citizenship, if you have a temporary or a permanent, it does not matter. Once you get any type of residency, you have to wait for 5 years.
Yeah.
And then you apply for citizenship. And how much is the physical presence that you need to have inside
Well,
Mexico?
depends. Like there are like different, same thing, different kind of ways to apply. So it's the same. If you get married with a Mexican, or you have a child, so it's less.
I see. So if Mexican marriage or a child, then 2 years you can
2 years.
apply. You
Yeah.
still need to live in the country for 18 months.
Yes, important.
18 months. Okay.
Yeah.
And then if you're not linked to any Mexican, you're just doing it first time.
5 years.
Then you have to live in Mexico, or rather you have to wait for 5 years, but live in Mexico for 18 months in the final 2 years.
Yeah.
I see. So, yeah. Okay. And how important is tax residency? Now, if you're applying for citizenship, is it mandatory to have your tax filings?
No, if you don't have like, well, currently no. If you don't have like economic activity, is like, but it is important to have your tax ID in the case that you want to rent a house, buy a car,
I see.
open a bank account.
So let's say, a client is a retired person, not really earning much, and they're not earning in Mexico. Maybe they have basic savings that they're using, and they are renting through Airbnb, or they're not using any local ID to rent. Can they still apply for citizenship without having a tax ID or ever file taxes?
Yeah, but it's like I think this case is different
Suspicious.
because yeah, usually you have to prove or like give them an address, So
I see. And also, Sue, a lot of people ask, there's the exceptional citizenship where there's a fast track where you do something exceptional and they can give you citizenship in 2 years. Does that really work in practice, or it's very difficult?
no, it's not difficult if you have everything together and correct and you pass the exam. So you have 2 chances to pass the exam.
Okay.
So if you don't do it, you will have to try again, but the whole process, pay again and
Oh, I see.
everything.
But then after 2 years, because of exceptional services to Mexico, that process still works, or no? You think that's very hard?
Yeah, but it's like very special
Oh, I see.
cases. So
Not recommended? Not recommended?
I think it's kind of difficult.
Difficult. So you'll have to set up a
prove that.
business, and then you have to prove that that you're doing something really credible, and
Yeah.
the Ministry of External Affairs is going to evaluate that case. So unless you're a big shot, I think it doesn't make sense to waste your time doing all of that.
No, maybe you can try, but yeah,
I see.
seems
I
kind
see.
of difficult.
And then finally, Sue, I know Mexico is a cash-based economy. A lot of expats, they like to use cash. They go to places like Thailand and Cyprus because they like the, or Albania rather, not Cyprus, but Albania is a cash-based economy. There's a lot of cash that works in Mexico. Can people purchase real estate with cash?
Yeah, but you have like limit.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, the notary will
Reject.
let you know. Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah,
see. They'll flag it. Basically, they'll say no to above a certain limit.
yeah. You have a limit.
And our team helps with the entire real estate purchase.
Yeah.
So if you're looking to buy a property in Mexico, so residency is just one part of it. Citizenship is maybe a future second part. But let's say you want to buy a real estate and you want to use cash from your home country, and cash, when I'm saying not actual physical cash in your bank, you can purchase a property in Mexico, and the team can help you throughout end to end. So yeah. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Sue. That was wonderful.
Thank you.
The viewers are going to be extremely happy. A lot of my viewers ask specifically for this attorney, and that's how we process all our cases through our team. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.